Lakers are winning. They're winning some games here.
Mm-hmm.
And as you wrote on here, Lakers are 4-2 since the trade deadline. But LeBron James has an ankle injury, I think is what they said.
I thought it was well, you're probably right. I thought it was a foot injury, but
I can look at it. But anyway, he is injured, and they said he's out for the foreseeable future. I think they're going to give him a couple of weeks, and then they're going to give him. It is a foot injury. You're right. At least 2 or 3 weeks, but they expect that he's going to be out for a little bit longer, which is not great
mm-hmm.
because there's not much longer of these games left. So my question to you, and they're very right on the cusp of getting into the play-in, and I even was talking about when they were doing well was like, man, if they continue to play the way they're playing, there's a possibility they could get into the first 6 seeds and automatically be in the playoffs. But now without LeBron, I don't know how I feel about it, but can the Lakers make the playoffs? And I'm including the play-in.
Wow. I'm going to say yes to the play-in. Playoffs, like being the top 6 seed, I think that makes it tough because with LeBron, the argument could be made that you could probably fight your way to get to the 6th seed because you got to just get past Pelicans, the Jazz, Timberwolves. Mavericks are sitting at 7th right now. Warriors are at 6th. So depending on the day, they'll probably flip-flop. So you have to, and the Blazers, we'd have to get past them. And with LeBron, I think there was a strong possibility we could have been jockeying for 6th to 8th. But now without LeBron, and we're just going to assume we probably won't see LeBron until the end of the season, maybe the last week of the season, because there's only, I think, 19 games left for the Lakers in general. I think play-in is a realistic possibility. Unless Zion Williamson comes back healthy anytime soon, the Pelicans probably are going to continue to fall the way that they are. I like the Lakers as constructed better than Portland, even though Damian Lillard is playing out of his mind, which we'll talk about later on in the show.
Yeah.
But I think as soon as the Lakers get back, D'Angelo Russell, I think we get AD to be the focal point of the offense, which he looked really good in the Memphis game. I would say, if it wasn't for turnovers, we probably could have stolen that game. But, we still played with energy. I like Jared Vanderbilt on the defensive end. I like how he stretches. He's able to guard literally 1 through 5. Dennis Schroeder has been absolutely amazing offensively for us, and Austin Reeves has been really great off the bench for us. I think he contributed with 17 tonight and shooting really well from 3. So his energy has been helpful. Yeah. I think, though, again, we do need D'Angelo Russell. He can play off the ball, and he can also get his own shot, which would help take a lot of pressure off of Anthony Davis. I think we can get in the play-in, but playoffs without LeBron, and I'm referring to getting to the top, into the top 6 seeding, is probably not going to happen. But I'm confident to say the Lakers can probably still get into a playoff spot, at least number 10, without LeBron up until he returns. That'd be my assumption, and I'm really skeptical about that because that also means that AD has to stay healthy the remainder of the season. And especially if we make him the focal of the offense, there's a higher chance of him getting injured. So we'll see. We've got 19 games left, like I said, and we've got a lot of tough games ahead. We need to definitely take care of the games that are winnable. And we need to steal a couple of the other games of the bigger teams to help our winning position, I would say. But play-in, yes. Playoffs, I don't know. Probably not without LeBron.
Well, here's the thing. I agree with you. I don't think they're going to get in the first 10. Good God. The first 6. Obviously, the Nuggets are uncatchable. Yeah. I thought with LeBron, the way he was playing, and then the addition with D'Angelo Russell, and And Anthony Davis, the way he was playing, I thought there was a possibility we might. Now that I'm looking at it, I think that was dumb. I was saying maybe possibly the Grizzlies because I think I was just looking at the wins, but I didn't realize they're like 10 games ahead on losses. Yeah,
so far ahead.
My bad. I thought the Kings were going to be, somewhat catchable as well, but the way they've been playing, probably not. The Suns, obviously, once they get Kevin Durant, which I mean they're going to. I mean he's going to be helping that team out a lot. So I thought maybe the Clippers. Listen, Clippers did add a few things. Like obviously they added Westbrook, they added Plumlee, but I just watched Westbrook turning the ball over, and the first thought was that's the Russell Westbrook I remember with the Lakers. But I don't know, for some reason though the Clippers are they underachieve. And it's weird to me. They really rely on Zubac, and I don't think Zubac is a guy who should be starting. I think he's a great role player. Mm-hmm. But right now, the Clippers, I'm watching the Clippers and Timberwolves as we speak, and they're struggling against Timberwolves. Like, they cannot stop Rudy Gobert. And yes, I said that, Rudy Gobert. So, that's kind of a concern. So I did think that the Clippers were very catchable, and also the Mavericks, because the Lakers went head to head with the Mavericks, came back and won. I mean, you don't always want to have to come back, but at the same time, I did feel like the Lakers are a better defensive team. And what happened? Why did the Lakers win? Well, they shut the Mavericks down on defensively. So, and then obviously LeBron, went ahead and went off, and Jared Vanderbilt really helped stop Luka. So the Warriors, I'm a little concerned. Now we're talking about the play-in team. So you have Warriors, Jazz, Timberwolves, Pelicans right now. Those are the teams that are in the play-in. The Warriors, I'm a little worried about, because once Steph Curry comes back, I just don't see the Warriors losing whatever spot they're in.
Right.
The Jazz, I think, are starting to really, really slump. They won their last 2 games, but I don't think it's going to continue. I think they're going to lose more than they're going to win.
Yeah.
I just think that this team started off really hot, and it was a great start, but they're starting to show, okay, we're not as good as everyone's playing. But Lauri Markkanen has been phenomenal, and I've loved Lauri Markkanen for a long time. I always thought this guy was going to be something special, and he just was never in a position or able to show how good he was, and now he is, which is great. But the Timberwolves, I thought this team is not going to be good. Mm-hmm. They just got rid of D'Angelo Russell, which I think did hurt them, because he was Mike Conley, he's probably a smarter player than Russell in my opinion, but he's not as talented as what D'Angelo Russell is. So, yeah. They've lost some stuff. And then you talk about the Pelicans. The Pelicans have been really on a big slump. And now, we don't know when Zion's coming back. I mean, God, we have no idea. And then, Brandon Ingram was starting to look like his old self, but he's kind of been of the last 4 games. So, and then the Blazers is another team I was kind of worried about, because Damian Lillard, the way he's been playing, has been great, but I really don't see them doing much until they get Nurkic back, and he's supposed to be back very soon. Obviously, he didn't play today, but once they get Nurkic back, that is going to be a big help for the Blazers. He's definitely a guy that they really need, because he's a guy who rebounds. He's a guy who can score, and he's a really good defender as well. And he's lengthy, which really helps. So I'm very worried about the Blazers and Warriors specifically. But if those teams make it and the other teams drop, I do think the Lakers can get in. And I think the Lakers are a talented team, even without LeBron. I think the addition to D'Angelo Russell, now he's going to have to step up in his scoring a little bit. I don't want to rely on Lonnie Walker to score 20 a game. But Dennis Schroeder is a guy who's proven time and time again that he's a guy who can get a bucket when he needs to, and I wouldn't mind putting the ball in his hands every now and then. But I really do hope that D'Angelo Russell steps up, because the one thing that, with LeBron being out, the one thing that's going to stay the same for the Lakers is that defense. Anthony Davis, Malik Beasley, Schroeder is actually pretty decent defensively. Ryu Hachimura, he's very lengthy. He can guard a lot of those positions. And then Vanderbilt, of course. That guy is an absolute beast. I love that guy. Yeah. And, he's probably going to be a Laker next year for sure. I don't see them letting him go. So anyway, I do feel like the Lakers can get into the play-in. I felt a lot better with LeBron, of course, because of the way he was playing scoring-wise and the way, he elevates everyone else. But I do think this team is still very solid defensively. And if they lean on their defense, buckets will happen. They will create some points, and eventually I think they're going to be in the play-in.